New report reveals that Al-Qaeda now has its own 24-hour television station known as Al-Zahra, which broadcasts from a secret location in Syria. The station, which in Arabic means first channel, broadcasts terrorist propaganda and Western anti-war material, including Michael Moore's film Fahrenheit 9/11. Joining us now is a correspondent for Pajama Media and senior terrorism analyst for Gerard Group International, David Gartenstein-Ross. David, welcome. Good to have you on the show. What do we know about this, and is it true if Egypt is providing the satellite time, do we or are we negotiating with Egypt to try to change this a little bit?
Well, what we know about this is that this was a station originally set up by the Islamic Army of Iraq. They're a former Ba'athist group that professes a conversion to radical Islam, to a bin Ladenite type of theology. And originally it was being broadcast only out of Iraq. But the U.S. Army managed and the Iraqis managed to shut down the station from which it was being broadcast. However, that didn't end up being as salutary as we had hoped, in that ended up pushing it out of Iraq into Syria, where it's now being broadcast via a satellite that has a much greater reach than Al-Zahra had before. That's not good for us because in North Africa and also in the Gulf Arab states, you have a lot of people who are hungry for this propaganda coming out of Iraq. As to the Egyptian government, the satellite that this is being broadcast out of, Nilesat, is basically administered by the Egyptian government. So according to media analysts who I consulted in looking into this, it doesn't run any material that's considered to be unfavorable to Egypt. To that extent, Egypt would have the ability to shut down Al-Zahra, but thus far they haven't done so.
Do you know if we're talking to them, is our State Department involved in any kind of talks to say, hey, look, you're aiding terrorists by doing this?
I spoke to someone at State, and his comment was a fairly obscure one. He said the U.S. strongly supports the Iraqi efforts to work with Egypt to shut down Al-Zahra. What that means, I think, is that Egypt has been uncooperative.